No, I'm busy tonight, actually.
Good Monday morning. Welcome to the Jerry Hotpants Club podcast. I am Pete, and with me as always is...
I'm Chris.
Back there on the buttons.
Yusuf, you're the hostess with the mostest.
Today is Monday, July 11th. It is National 7-Eleven Day. So I am probably being yelled at by a bunch of little kids. So it is also All-American Pet Photo Day. Hey!
They get free Slurpees in 7-Eleven still? Can't
Yes,
you come
with
in?
the app only.
Oh.
Can't you come in and just fill up anything?
No. No. And I
Times are
implore you
changing.
to not try that. Okay. It's also National Blueberry Muffin Day.
Ooh,
I like blueberry muffins.
I love blueberry muffins.
I like muffins.
Can't go wrong with that.
It's also National Cheer Up the Lonely Day.
You two are my little muffins.
Call me. Yeah. I'm so sweet. It's also National Mojito Day. We don't
Drink?
We don't condone that.
It's not on my diet.
National Rainier Cherry Day. Whatever the fuck that is.
National what?
Rainier Cherry Day.
Click on that one.
Here's the one we're clicking on. Rainier Cherry. National Rainier Cherry
Rain?
Day. Rainier.
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 Oh,
Rainier.
R-A-I-N-E-R.
Yes. Recognizes the cherry variety named after Mount Rainier.
All right.
In 1952, Harry Fogel of Washington State University developed the Rainier cherry by crossbreeding the Bing and Van cherries.
So
varieties.
somebody at some point was just like, I want these two cherries to fuck.
They did that with
Like-
They did
what's
that
that?
with you, didn't they?
what's the
I guess,
expensive
yeah, you're
what's the
right.
expensive apple? The
Macintosh?
Honeycrisp.
Honeycrisp.
Honeycrisp was bred in a lab to taste like that.
Really?
Yes.
The sweet Rainier
I've been
cherries.
eating a lot of Pink Ladies lately. Pink Ladies, good apple.
Pink ladies. I eat my pink lady all the time.
Oh, God. It's amazing that no one's come after us yet. It truly is.
They will. We should probably tone it down. They will. Like we're Frankenstein's monster pretty soon.
Yeah. The whole nation of fucking that we're going to make by people who watch our show.
The Fire Nation will come after us. That's an anime reference for you nerds.
Whatever you say, bub. I'm 40. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
Avatar.
Helix. Hey, now, listen. I love you, bud, but stop licking on me.
He just wants to love on you, baby.
Come on, buddy.
You gotta push them to the side and ignore them.
Yeah, that
Gotta
happens to me a
flick 'em
lot.
in the
Okay,
D.
so today it's been in the news quite a bit. We're going to talk about the old Large Hadron Collider at CERN.
The Hadron Collider.
We need to have just so everybody knows. We need to have guests on the show so that he'll fucking behave.
I behave.
No, you won't. I've been asking you to behave for 2 fucking months now.
He's doing better.
I'm excited. I want to talk about the Hadron Collider.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
The European Organization for Nuclear Research, otherwise known as CERN, built the Large Hadron Collider, which is below the France-Switzerland border near Geneva. So they accelerate particles at high rates of speed, damn near the speed of light, and they observe the collisions. These collisions create massive amounts of energy. Sometimes people are worried that they're going to create a black hole, which would consume the Earth and kill all of us.
Yeah, we should talk about that more. So,
Okay.
when you hear about this and you hear about what you could make a black hole and swallow the Earth, like that doesn't sound like a good idea at all. It sounds apocalyptic, right?
Hell
Sounds
yeah. Sounds like they're going to open up a door to the upside down.
Yeah, maybe. So the first time I ever heard about it, I don't know how long ago, maybe 20 years ago, something like that. I was like, doesn't sound like a good idea at all. I don't know why they're doing that. You know what else always sounded apocalyptic to me was the Yellowstone volcano. The Yellowstone is a volcano. It's a giant volcano.
It's called a caldera.
And if it goes off, it's like bad news.
The reason that Yellowstone is this lush park is because when there is a volcanic explosion and then there's, the lava cools and blah, 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 it creates real ripe soil. So that's why it's like this beautiful, lush landscape, because underneath is this giant, basin of lava getting ready to explode at a moment's notice. And if you take a look at pictures of the horizon of the park taken in the same places over a few decades to close to half a century, you'll see the part goes from like this to like this. So it's getting ready, and we are near that time.
An eruption?
Hey,
Yes.
Mount Rainier is a volcano too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Right? I think so. Did something is there a bird running into a window?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
All kinds of stuff is going crazy.
So it could, the first time they tested the atom bomb, when they were leading up to World War II, they did a test
At Los Alamos.
They
tested the atom bomb in the United States?
at the Trinity
Oh,
site.
I thought they went to some kind of abandoned island.
They did. They went to
That was the Bikini Atoll, but those were later. They were testing
Okay.
effects.
I think the first one was at the Trinity site, right?
Yes, it was.
And,
Yes, it was.
but they thought that, hey, when we do this, we might just spark the atmosphere up, and it might just not stop. And it might, but
They had no idea what they were
let's
doing.
go try it out anyhow. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah, like...
So the funny thing about that is there were two guys that were instrumental in bringing about the atom bomb. It was Leslie Groves. He was a general in the Army or a colonel. And then Robert Oppenheimer, right? He was the brains.
Dr. Oppenheimer.
And,
that name just...
Groves was the muscle. He was the military guy. And he...
Now I have become death, destroyer of worlds.
So now Groves is basically saying, okay, the Germans are working on an atom bomb. The Japs are working on an atom bomb. We got to beat them to it, because if not, then they're going to fucking kill us, blah, 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 blah. He was bullshitting. The Germans weren't working. They were working on fucking all kinds of other stuff. Okay? And you can follow any of those conspiracy theories down the hole, but they were not working on nuclear weapons. Russia was. And the Japanese, they were, I don't fucking know what they were doing, and I'm not going to claim to know. But he wanted to have a nuclear arsenal. Groves did. He wanted to have a nuclear arsenal so that he could basically say, fuck with us. Fuck with us.
And find out.
Exactly. Oppenheimer, what he wanted to do, along with a lot of the other scientists at Los Alamos, he wanted
Not just Los Alamos, it should be noted that Oak Ridge played a major role in this as well.
Yes, they created the fissionable materials.
They were spinning up uranium there, right?
You ever heard of the Devil's Core?
Yeah, it's the third one. One of them was plutonium, one of them was uranium. I don't know what the Devil's Core was made out of.
I can't remember either.
What was the original... So, like, the original person that thought of this idea, what was their vision for this product that they were producing before the government came in and said, let's make a big boom boom out of this?
Who first spun up?
Like, when they started...
uranium? I don't know.
No. Who first came up with the idea for the atomic bomb?
Yeah, but
where was it born from?
Yeah, like, was it born from they wanted to make energy plants? Or
I think it was born out of... these are fission bombs, right? Nuclear fission is and I'm not going to claim to know, but there's a difference between fission and fusion, right? If you create something like cold fusion or nuclear fusion of some sort, you create an energy source without waste, without
okay, by the byproduct afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. With fission, you do, and so I think basically through just running through mathematical equations, somebody eventually was like, "Hey, we can make a bomb." I don't know exactly where that was born out of.
I think there's a movie coming out about it. I'm excited to watch it now that we're talking about this.
I mean, I think all the great scientists at the time kind of knew who each other was, and they would read their publications.
Because, right?
Just kind of build off of one another. And then
they had to have been a close community.
There's usually by the time one person is like, oh, this is a thing, usually there's somebody else like on the doorstep of like the same idea. Because you're publishing everything and reviewing each other's material, so to make sure everyone's right.
And did America just like cherry pick a whole bunch of scientists, and they're like, we need like they were setting up a hockey team. They're like, we need all these guys. Just
in 445, not really. Just whoever immigrated.
Yeah, before 45, it was who was there. After that, Operation Paperclip, they took the best Nazi scientists they could get their hands on before the Russians.
We had a bunch of good Jewish scientists before 45.
Like, imagine the one guy that was amongst them. He's like, I just want to put it out there, you guys, that I think this is a bad idea. This can light up the whole planet.
Well,
but fuck me, right?
Oppenheimer and his contemporaries, they wanted to invite Germany and Japan to a demonstration of the weapon. They didn't want to drop it on anybody. They said,
like in Iron
Man?
Makes
sense.
Well, in a sense, yes. Here we go again. Yeah, again, art imitates life. But No, they wanted to call him over to Los Alamos and say, look, you don't stop fucking around, we're going to drop this on your fucking head, right?
Yeah.
And Grubbs was like, no, we're going to drop the fucking bomb.
Ooh, that's sinister as
Yeah.
fuck.
Was it Fat Man and Little Boy?
Fat Man and Little Boy.
What is
The
that?
Enola Gay?
Those were the names of the 2 bombs that were dropped. I can't remember which one. It was on Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and one was this, round.
Yeah, one was
Looked
round,
like
one was
me.
big and round, and one was like long like a torpedo, I think.
Yeah.
So okay, Fat Boy, Little
But
Boy.
they both
Fat Man and Little Boy.
Fat Man, Little Boy. Okay.
And the Enola Gay delivered the first one to Hiroshima on August 6th.
I want to say August 6th. That might be D-Day. I forget.
Well,
Fuck.
all that information has floated away from my brain.
Alexa, when's D-Day?
June 26th.
June 26th? June 6th.
June 6th.
Operation Overlord.
Operation
I'd like to shout
Overload.
out-
That's what it's.
Overlord?
Overlord. That's what it's called.
Yeah, the Operation
sinister
Overlord
as
was
fuck.
D-Day. But, all right, Alexa, shut the fuck
your
up.
mouth. Yeah. Tell that bitch.
Okay, so we were talking about CERN.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we were
That
talking
was
about
that.
it could be a bad
Holy
idea.
shit.
That it could be world ending. But thus far, we don't know if it ended the world. It could have, and we could have slipped through a black hole many times, and it could be changing our reality. That's, what do they call that? The
Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect.
Okay, well,
What is the
I don't-
Mandela effect, or
where
some
you have
aspect
a
of it?
perceived notion of the past and you believe it to be absolutely true, and then you see contradicting evidence later in life, meaning like
Is that a
the reason
schizophrenic?
it's called the Mandela effect is because while Nelson Mandela was in prison in apartheid South Africa, right, a lot of people believed he was dead, and then he got released from prison. Everyone's like, oh, I thought he was dead. Like, no, he was in fucking prison.
Yeah.
But the collective consciousness of a great many people believed him to be so. So now there's this nefarious tool at work that is rewriting the memories of the human.
That
consciousness.
just sound like they told people, like, out of sight, out of mind. Oh, he's dead. I mean, shit. When you're in jail, don't nobody think about you.
Well, the other one is one. I want to say it's Kazam or Shazam, that movie with fucking
Shaq?
No. Sinbad. Right. Everybody fucking talks about that.
That
It's like
never
the proof.
happened.
It was a promo video that lasted like 13 seconds, and it was a joke somewhere else. And people were like, "No, I got the fucking movie." And then these internet fucking turd burglars, right? Do you know what a web sleuth is?
No. Is that a...
This is a real thing. Web sleuths. If any of you watching are web sleuths, please walk out in traffic. So web sleuths, right? They convene a council and in their own head, and they solve crimes and mysteries. They then join like subreddits or 4chan, whatever, and they have these little communities where they like take screenshots or stills from security footage of something. Like that gal at the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles, she like lost her shit.
Oh, yeah, and then they found her in the water tank?
Yeah.
That shit was bananas.
So I watched the show on it, and these people were calling, I'm a web sleuth. Really? So you live in Mom's basement? Are your Hot Pockets ready? Do you want me to get you some pizza rolls, buddy? You just solved the crime of the century, didn't you? And everyone keeps saying, well, look at how crazy she's acting on the elevator. Have you ever seen anybody on Meth Boy? Fuck! Come to Bay City. There's plenty of crimes that needs your fucking expertise, web sleuths. Come to Bay City and solve the crime of the who shat by my dumpster at work.
Yeah, I need somebody to solve that for me as well.
Fucking Christ.
I was like,
But
hold up.
so-
This is a human shit. Sorry.
Large Hadron Collider in Geneva, Switzerland, it's beneath the Alps, isn't it?
It's beneath the
Swiss and French Alps.
Well, it is.
How close does it get to Monaco?
The Large Hadron Collider.
And there was more colliders. If you look, there's a bunch of little ones.
Little ones, yeah.
And they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And this one's big. It's underneath the Earth. I mean, it's like it's got a shit ton of energy. It runs a shit ton of energy.
It lies in a tunnel 27 kilometers, 17 miles in circumference, and as deep as 574 feet beneath the surface beneath the France-Switzerland border near Geneva.
So this bitch is literally the particle accelerator from the Flash from Star Labs, is what you're telling me. And people should have superpowers right now.
So the first collisions were achieved in 2010 at an energy of 3.5 teraelectron volts per beam, about 4 times the previous world record.
Sounds like a lot.
After upgrades, it reached 6.5 TeV per beam, 13 TeV total collision energy, the present world record. At the end of 2018, it was shut down for 3 years for further upgrades. The collider has 4 crossing points where the accelerated particles collide. 7 detectors, each designed to detect different phenomenon, are positioned around the crossing points. The LHC primary collide proton beams primarily collides proton beams, but it can also accelerate beams of heavy ions. Lead collisions, and proton lead collisions are typically performed for 1 month a year. The LHC's goal is to allow physicists to test the predictions of different theories of particle physics, including measuring the properties of the Higgs boson, searching for the large family of new particles predicted by symmetric theories, and other unresolved questions.
Where are you reading this from?
Wikipedia.
So they're trying to recreate the Big Bang, is what their idea was at the beginning.
At the beginning, yeah.
So then they found the Higgs in 2012. 2012 they found the Higgs boson. So that was 10 years ago, and that was the God particle.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. That's why they refer to it.
And that's smaller than a quark. Smaller. Is it smaller than something else? I don't know. Is it? I don't fucking know.
It's tiny.
How much money are they spending doing this shit?
No, billions.
What the fuck are they doing it for? To fucking recreate the Big Bang?
So, in order to...
And contain it?
No.
Because,
So this is an endeavor of science.
So they're spending all this energy...
Yes.
To... CERN was created to draw the Nazi scientists back from Russia and the United States.
So good.
He was.
That's why they created CERN. They created
Bless his
CERN.
heart.
They literally created CERN to get the Nazi scientists to come back from America and Russia after World War II. So after World War II, after Operation Paperclip, when the scientists went out, they were like, well, we need something to bring them back. So
why do they need to bring them back, though?
Because they were smart as shit, and they wanted the scientists.
So that's their value, was their intelligence.
Yeah, they wanted.
But it just so happened that they were like the children of Nazis, or
No, they were the
Nazis.
Yeah, right.
It's a cool story, bro.
Right. You and I talked about this like months ago. You agreed with me.
I didn't. No, I did.
I mean,
no,
bro,
I did not.
Yeah, you did.
The Nazis
You
did have
said that they
sex.
had fucking satanic rituals and all this shit.
You saw them. They had a fucking. I think the satanic rituals are a cover for the Nazism, so you don't. So you be like, oh, they're devil worshippers, and you just like straw man, like let them talk about that shit.
I don't know. I'm more worried about the devil worshippers than the Nazis.
Well, they just had their opening ceremony. They just had a human sacrifice like staged.
Okay, so if you want to go, I'm not going to touch on that, but if you want to go back to Nazi Germany, the precursor, there was this thing inside the Nazi party at the beginning called the Fuel Society, and they were occultists. Yeah. And a
subgroup of
they
Nazis.
liked the occult.
They weren't a subgroup.
There was a lot of occult in Nazism. There was a lot of.
So they basically a lot of the tenets of National Socialism, as far as mythology about the Aryan nation and the pure blood and the Third Reich and all that shit, comes kind of out of this occult shit that the Fuel Society was involved in. And as a result, conspiracy theories have spun wild. Now, I could be wrong about this, but I think I'm pretty sure about this. The lady running it was a fucking nut job, and she might have even been a Jew, so Hitler had her killed.
Hitler was half Jewish, right?
Wasn't he? I think he was.
No, he was not half Jewish.
A quarter?
That's what I've always heard.
I've heard that, but I don't know where that's
You hear all kinds of things.
Every time I've ever heard about Hitler, it's been he's half Jewish. That's what I've always heard.
Well, like the theory, I think how I heard that is, that's why he shot himself, because he found out that he was losing. And
Clayton
he's part
Bigsby.
Jew.
Clayton Bigsby all over again. Oh, my God.
He was like, it's all done for me
Where
now.
is he? Show him to me.
You want to see my face?
Yo.
Is he? Are you looking
One
at
of the most frequently asked questions about the Holocaust and the Nazi Party is whether Adolf Hitler was Jewish or had Jewish ancestors. The question received new media attention in May of 2022 when Russia's foreign minister claimed Hitler had Jewish blood. Though the idea may seem preposterous to some, the question seems to stem from the remote possibility that Hitler's grandfather was Jewish. Hitler's father, Alois, was registered as an illegitimate child with no father when born in 1837, and to this day, Hitler's paternal grandfather is unknown. So, is it possible?
Sure. I don't like trying to fact check like live in 30 seconds. I would rather read 20 different sources and see what's not being said and what's in between the lines and see where it's coming from. I mean, I have no idea because I haven't really, but I've always heard. Every time I've ever heard anything about Hitler since I was the first time I heard his name, it's been he was part Jewish. Like that's always
it would make sense to me because aren't the chosen people the Jews?
I have no idea, but
the chosen people are the Jews.
Yeah, mister, I read the fucking Bible. They are God's chosen people.
Yeah, bro, they're God's chosen people. So, I mean, some form of that could make sense to me. Well, you know what I'm saying. In regards to history, some form of that would make sense to me, but can't really say what's what.
Can we please get off the Hitler as a Jew topic, please, because it's fucking dumb.
You guys keep taking me down the road of, I'm like, yeah, nuclear bomb, yeah, Hitler, yeah. I'm sorry.
So it's in,
CERN.
So this thing's in, CERN is in Switzerland, man. It's in
and France,
right? Yeah, and I'm not that happy.
That's
with
how
France.
big it is. Is it
why
in
both? Why are you, Christopher Craves, not happy with France? What did they do to offend you?
France has been on some bullshit the last like 20 years.
France has been on some bullshit for fucking 500 years. But let's get into the thick of
lost to the Nazis. Oopsie, we just lost.
Yeah, France is raped and pillaged for some years. They were in Lebanon. They were in Africa.
Oh, the Crusades and shit.
Yeah. They
well, that was Rome.
No. France was in the early. That's how a lot of Arabs, a lot of Lebanese people speak. Their second language is French.
Really?
And we have redheads because of the French.
What?
Yeah. From the French occupied Lebanon for a very long time, and that's where our second language over there is French. A lot of people don't speak English over there. Well, I was failing all my French classes. Yeah, see, boom, they were in Canada too.
France helped America win the Revolutionary War.
Shame, I don't know how I missed that. The fact that they were in Canada, right above my head.
They've been there all along.
But those guys are bigger than we've given them.
Listen, they've been there all along watching you.
With their beaver skin hats.
But anyway, that facility is that big that it's in two countries.
And they're
it's on the border.
It's on the border.
Yeah. So if you see if you look at a map, like it's like Switzerland is like it's supposed to be like a damn fortress. Switzerland, when you like, there's like enough bunkers for 110% of the population. There's like pillboxes set up throughout the countryside. There's enough, like everyone. It's supposed to be like the hardest country to invade or some shit. It's wild. And then how it goes back to the Alps. But if you watch it, Switzerland, I got a problem with Switzerland too. I got lots of problems with Switzerland. Lots of problems
in general. You got a lot
of problems with Switzerland. Well, there's a couple cities that you should know.
I want two without a fucking ton of facts. Just name two quickly. Two problems with Switzerland. And one?
Holy
Davos.
shit.
Two.
Basel.
CERN covers a nice amount of ground here. Holy shit.
So the Bank of International Settlements is in Basel. In the Basel Accords. If you don't know what the Basel Accords are, if you don't know what the Bank of International Settlements are, you need to take the red pill. You're asleep and you wonder why your money's not worth shit. It's because of the Basel Accords and the Bank of International Settlements. So before you start running around saying the TV told me to be mad about this today, go be mad about the Basel Accords and the Bank of International Settlements.
So if you're watching a TV, the TV just told you to be mad about something. So let your brain run around.
Just listen to our part of the TV.
So
nobody watches us on their phone. You know, I get pictures of people and they're watching it on their fucking TV at home.
Really?
Yeah.
YouTube.
Cool.
I do too.
I mean, yeah, I do too.
I just want to see how much fucking space my head occupies. It's quite
I try to look up my shorts and see my junk. I'm like, dude, can we get a better camera angle, please? The other day with those white shorts, boy, that was getting close, man. It was getting close.
Hung like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Man, look, I'm trying to keep my shit like this.
So, you got the biggest dick I've ever seen.
Thank you, Peter. What? When did you see my dick? Where were you?
I ain't gonna tell you.
Oh my god! I need to pull my shades.
Here's a funny story, real quickly, while we're on the subject.
Fuck you, Switzerland.
I got home from the meeting last night, and I walked over to the air conditioner to turn it off because it had been on for an entire day.
Oh my god!
And it was freezing in my room, so I went to hit the button. Fucking thing fell out of the window.
The whole air conditioner?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh my
you know
god!
what? It landed right in the spot that was like real super soft, and it just went.
Oh,
right?
thank God!
So it didn't get ruined. However, by the time I had gotten to the window, I was completely naked.
Are there people outside your window?
Yes. Yes, there was one. There was one. He was just traversing the back parking lot, and he goes, "That's awesome!" And then he fucking ran, dude. He ran so fast, and there's that like gated fence by the school there, and he thought the gate went in like this, or it came open like this, but it goes in like this. So he kept trying to fucking pull on it, and he's like terrified because he saw my barrel and my pistol.
Oh my gosh!
And I'm a grower, not a shower. So
that poor person's fucking like, I can't get it out of my head.
He fought with his wife and his family all day that
it
day.
was like Eric Andre pulling on the fucking fence.
Yeah, let me in.
He was saying, "Let me out."
Oh shit!
But I got the air conditioner back in the window, no problems.
Hell yeah!
And when I fired it up, right, it started to make the sound, and all of a sudden there was a mini black hole in front of me, and I got teleported into the future. And I saw your future, Yusef.
My future.
Yep. You know what your future is?
Oh, it could be any number of ones, depending on how I let one single day take me.
Wow. That's pretty deep, bro.
It is what it is.
Well, then I'm not going to share with you yours. Do you want to know what yours is, Chris?
I have an idea what mine is.
Oh, I bet you do, but it's...
You tell me what it is, buddy.
You just sitting in the kitchen straightening macaroni noodles.
All right.
I'm sorry.
So this CERN thing, man, is this thing a good idea?
Yeah, is it good or bad?
Absolutely.
Is it good?
Absolutely.
How does it further us?
Well, they claim to have invented the World Wide Web with
The CERN people?
Yes, with CERN, because they're
definitely devil worshippers then.
They had some kind of internet,
Jesus.
computers to do the studying, and then internet, I think. Because the internet used to just be some scientists that would link up and send data to each other, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is like one of the things that the same way the space shuttle program, the NASA programs, they innovate things, and then you get the public
the residuals,
gets
basically.
things.
Like the calculator and cell phones and things like that.
Like a bunch of shit. But I don't know.
I fucking invented the internet so that you motherfuckers can talk to each other from long distances. Instead, you guys are jacking off mobily.
Anything coming out of Switzerland is probably a bad idea, man.
Yeah, because,
Is it geographically located somewhere bad?
Well, it's right in the middle of Europe, and they're surrounded by the Alps. And they're right below Germany. And they were famously neutral in World War II, but the Bank of International Settlements was helping Hitler build his army for World War II when they were supposed to be repaying everybody for World War I.
When are you going to put out your own series of encyclopedias like Funk and Wagnalls?
It's fucking common knowledge. It's public knowledge.
Huh.
They were supposed to be paying back everybody for World War I, Germany was, and they weren't.
Oh, no, I know
The Bank of International Settlements was helping them get money. And then during World War II, when they invaded Czechoslovakia, they moved all the Czech gold from the Czech coffers to the German coffers, and France and England went along with it, and they called it Nazi appeasement. So then they didn't have to actually steal the gold; they just had to go invade the country, and the biz would just move the money to their account. Like Switzerland is not a good place, and they were neutral. You were neutral, bro. You were neutral. Fuck out of here. They were fucking neutral. They were on the Nazi side, bro. They were on the fucking Nazi side. They're fucking lying. Austria-Hungary, they're fucking lying. Fucking bastard. Don't believe these motherfuckers. Then they're gonna have the Geneva Convention afterwards and try to restrict all these war laws that we would have to fucking abide to because our military can whoop their ass. So they're trying to say, whoa, guys, don't fucking punch us in the face. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna fight us. Don't fight us fucking so you win. Like, make sure you don't. You know what I mean? They're always trying to get us to sign these treaties to give up our sovereignty and shit. The UN, the League of Nations, World Trade Organization, the TTP, all this shit, man.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. We got a guy over here that turns into two people.
I haven't changed my mind about that at all.
So, I'll say it again. That's what he said it.
So, I believe that CERN is a good thing. I am for, and always have been for, further exploration of the cosmos.
Star Trek over here. It's Captain Kirk.
If Captain Kirk had a weight problem on the show, not like in real life, but how do we traverse the cosmos currently? Very slowly.
Like,
very.
We were literally supposed to have flying cars that turn into suitcases by now, but instead we got, you're looking at it.
That was all science fiction, though.
Exactly. So every generation boasts claims about the future that never get made, that never come true.
We have went back, though. We are going backwards.
Have we gone back? Well, yes. Societally, we have, because we have a whole bunch of knuckle-dragging mouth breathers. But I believe in things like CERN because this planet is not infinite. It has a finite amount of resources.
Yes.
And if the human race continues to grow and accelerate at the rate that it does, at some point,
I don't believe either of those things. I don't believe there's a finite amount of resources, and I don't believe we can grow too big. I don't believe any of that.
Well, I don't recall asking you what you believe. I was trying to make my point.
I'd like to push back on the point and say that I don't believe that.
Okay, then please elaborate your point, sir.
That's my point.
So are you saying that?
I think we have an infinite amount of resources.
Is that what you're trying to get to? Is because
and we can grow way bigger
with CERN's technology. We can leave the planet. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, not with CERN's. With the United States' technology, we can.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to say about.
I'm trying to do that thing where I'm being nice, so I'm just going to not respond to him. So
you're a goddamn Buddhist.
If we can't, what we need to do is eventually develop a powerful energy resource, right? So the big problem with getting the supplies necessary into space for elongated travel for human beings, the problem's always been gravity. We have to accelerate faster than gravity. So, I mean, there have been so many wild ideas, like we're
using nuclear power,
a sun sail, right? That collects energy from the sun, and it uses it to kind of the solar winds.
Before, You could try nuclear.
So,
put a nuclear reactor in space and put it in a ship.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have nuclear power. You could go for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Or we could start having sex with magicians.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And again, you have to get off the ground, and then you have to have sustain. So nuclear reactor energy on board of a spacecraft has to have a way to dispose of the waste.
What waste?
That it emits?
Doesn't emit waste.
Nuclear.
Oh, nuclear energy doesn't emit waste.
Doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Like a teaspoon of waste every decade. It's no waste.
That's not accurate.
The cleanest energy source, the best energy source we have, it's nuclear power. It's like revolutionary, like 7,500 years ago, something like that. 75, right?
7,500 years ago.
75 or 100.
Is the wild theory about the, and I know I'm veering here again, just because he said that, is the wild theory about the pyramids that it's a nuclear power plant?
We would have no way of verifying anything we said.
Have any of you guys ever heard that before?
Yes.
Okay.
We've heard that they're giant batteries covered in gold.
Giant batteries, yeah.
And there might have been wireless energy around the Earth.
I just saw something about these giant beams that are inside. It's basically like a tower inside one of the pyramids. that has these granite walls that are so fucking heavy and they're so precisely aligned and put together, in layers, right, with a fucking peak roof inside, and there's no fucking way we could barely do it today.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I believe that civilization is going backwards. You can believe either aliens or whatever, but look, if they could do shit like that with nothing but their wits and their smarts, then what the fuck is our problem?
We're living in a post-apocalyptic world. The apocalypse happened 12,000 years ago with the floods. We're living in a post-apocalyptic world for sure.
So there was no beginning after the world ended, and the.
How old is the Earth, Chris?
I don't know. How old is it?
I don't know.
4.5 billion years old.
Okay, so there was an apocalypse about 12,000 years ago.
Have you ever heard of the Permian mass extinction?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Cambrian explosion?
Yeah.
Okay, so throughout history, the Permian mass extinction was where roughly close to 90%, I believe it was, of all life on Earth went extinct. In geological terms, in very short order, like over a short period of time. That was an apocalypse. There was the Cambrian explosion, I think, came after this, where all sorts of new life started developing and coming out everywhere. Now, whatever cataclysm took out the dinosaurs, roughly 60% of all life on Earth. So think about it that way. Something destroyed the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. The crater at Chicxulub in Mexico, maybe, I don't know. There's contradictory reports there too. They say, oh yeah, it definitely did it because that crater is too huge. But then they're like, there's no way that was enough to blanket the entire atmosphere. So then they point to the Tunguska Flats, which is basically like another caldera like Yellowstone, right?
Yeah.
Now, one thing I will... it's that thing again where I'm agreeing with this fucker. But the one thing that I will concede to you is that... No,
red pills for everyone.
Did we just land in Joe Rogan's underwear? So, what I will concede is that I think if we start jumping the gun on things we don't know about, I think increasing the energy quickly over short time with what they're doing in CERN is a bad idea, because we could inadvertently create some sort of
black hole.
We're not going to create a black hole.
The upside down.
I thought the whole idea was to see gravitrons leave this universe.
Yes.
The gravitrons were supposed to be slipping through some type of wormhole or black hole or something into another.
But
where are they going? They have to go into another universe.
The energy needed to create a sustainable. You can create a black hole anywhere, anytime, and it creates no long lasting effect. The energy required to open a black hole and keep it open basically comes from a star exploding or the gravity of a fucking huge star collapsing on itself.
Black holes are very heavy.
Yes.
That's why they suck everything in, yeah.
If you get too close to a black hole, right, like that there's two ships, right, and one passes and it goes near the black hole, time slows down for them. It's so fucking heavy. So if you're near that black hole for 2 years,
it'll be like centuries and centuries or thousands and thousands, right?
Yep. Thousands
if you can escape its gravity and come back into the
and that's the thing, if you cross the threshold into a black hole, time stops for you, I believe is how it works. You're just like staring out of the black hole and you see yourself infinitely being stretched.
Gravity affects time, right?
Gravity affects
time. If you put a clock on a mountain or some shit and a clock down here and then pull the one,
yeah, they run at different times.
Yeah.
Like satellites in outer space run on different times.
They got to be adjusted. The clocks on them got to be adjusted.
Yeah.
So let's go to some viewer questions real quick. Some of these we've already answered.
Cool.
But Wilson wants to know about the original doomsday scenarios. One, the black holes. We just touched on that. And the other one was everything could get sped up to the speed of light. So would we just all turn into lightning?
We wouldn't feel it though, right? No. Like for instance,
well, that'd be the theory of relativity then.
Like if somebody was up in outer space, they would just come back and we'd be already dead. Time would stop for them, but speed up for us.
If everything,
hypothetically,
no, you can't. The only thing that you can get to go at the speed of light is light. You can.
Yes.
The theory of relativity. The theory of relativity.
There's a bunch of theories that say the speed of light is not the fastest thing.
Yeah, no, because apparently they've observed particles that are like going so fast they're traveling backward in time. This was something they then backpedaled once they made the announcement. But
It sounds like that's touching into religion.
I think Tesla said that theory of relativity was wrong and speed of light was wrong.
There's been a slew of people who've been trying to say that, like, find definitive proof that you can go faster than the speed of light.
Do we need Jimmy Cherry back?
I think we do. I think we do. We're kind of out of. I'm in over my head
Maybe
here.
speed of light's just like what capped at like what you can see like in this like dimension or something. But you could like get to. You take some DMT, boy. You can get to the next. You can get to
Just
the
give me
next
them
dimension.
good triple C's. I'll be good enough. No, the special theory of relativity states that you can get to 99.99999 the speed of light.
Yeah, that's what they do in that.
But you can't actually get there. If you I don't think, I could be wrong, and I don't know what happens, but you cannot accelerate matter other than light faster than the speed of light or faster without disintegrating it. I could be wrong on that. I'm not a scientist. I'm a clerk.
Don't take any advice from
Okay,
us.
let's go to Google's question here. Whether or not the first two smaller runs, I think there was more than that, are what caused the Mandela effect.
What Mandela?
There's
because
other.
that took place during.
They have other colliders that are smaller. If you look, there's like they're all like
small. Yeah, they're all in the same area.
They look like it looks like it says 66666. It's funny, but there's China's building a big collider right now, and we've had colliders here. It's just
sorry.
we don't launder.
They don't need a collider.
We
need to nuke that thing. Yeah, I said it.
We don't launder money like Switzerland does, so we don't have a big ass collider like Switzerland does.
I don't believe so.
I know JCPenney. What's it? JCPenney. It's JCPenney, not JCPenney's.
What about JCPenney?
It's JCPenney, but
what about them?
Everyone always says JCPenney's.
It's six. It's six colliders.
Is it 6 of them?
Yeah,
there's some.
No,
There's
1, 2, 3,
back
4,
to the
5. I'm sorry.
Back to the question though. The Mandela effect starts simply with, now this is pre-internet.
You've seen like the Instagram memes and shit where they show one and you got it.
I went down a rabbit hole with them yesterday, kind of to do a little talking about this stuff.
Yeah,
and the things that, like, the one that I saw today was apparently Tom Cruise had sunglasses on in Risky Business when he was doing the fucking little dance with Bob Seger's music. But okay, so here's the thing: why is eyewitness testimony on the stand the most unreliable testimony? Because the mind is not a steel fucking trap. Unless you have eidetic memory, you are prone to making mistakes in recording information.
especially if you're like there's adrenaline, you're in fight or flight or something
Exactly.
like that.
Or if you are attaching what you so, like, let's say you have this memory of the fucking sunglasses, right? But that memory is attached to something else that you are not currently thinking of, and that could be traumatic, or it could be there was a point of adrenaline. Like, let's say that movie was on, you were having sex with your girlfriend when you were like 15, and your parents walk in, and then boom, you're in trouble, right? So your mind is attached to that, and then somebody's going to bring it up, like, hey, remember that scene with the sunglasses? It takes one person to get it wrong, right? It takes one person to get it wrong.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, everyone starts saying, yeah. Much the way fucking politics, religion, and everything else works. The reason that people begin to assert theories instead of facts, which all of us on Earth are guilty of, all of us are, is because it takes one person to make an incorrect assumption or assessment of a situation. But this person is either valued or respected, or, and it just kind of spirals. Now, if there was some sort of actual rip in space-time, if there was all of us being flung into space or some kind of shit like that, would we even fucking know about it? Would we?
No, and that's what the Mandela effect is that you wouldn't know about it. It'd just be different. And then you'd be like, wait, what?
Mandela effect just sounds like some horse shit to me.
It is to me too. Because if it was legitimate, right, then everyone, not just pockets of people, And the pockets of people who usually latch on to this stuff are gullible people.
Trekkies.
I'm a Trekkie, and I don't believe in it.
I goddamn knew it.
There's all kinds
What's
of...
wrong with...
There's things that are, like, common, like, public knowledge, and, like, it's not the truth.
Such as?
How many buildings got destroyed on 9/11?
I have no fucking clue.
2?
No.
3?
More.
Many more.
Bro, I didn't pay it.
like
I tried
7.
to ignore
Yeah,
this.
so
7.
if you look at the area where the World Trade Center was, there was called Towers 1 and 2, but there were like 6 buildings, am I correct?
You've never seen Tower 7?
Bro, that was a different time for me.
You've never seen Tower 7 drop?
Nope.
Yeah, you probably weren't too...
I tuned it out and tried to ignore it all. I remember because I was 3 months into the country when that shit happened. I was like, "Fuck me, I'm leaving." I was in the library. I saw that shit happen, and I saw them come on the news. Reports are saying that da da da, and I'm like, "Yep, gotta go."
Yeah.
Giggity goo, bye.
And then your dad said, "Don't talk while you're
Yeah,
here."
you were like, "Morning, neighbor." You were like,
"Good morning, neighbor."
"White is the driven snow." No.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you too. All this racism's killing me. Yeah. So, okay. So, Yusef, what do you got for us on your thoughts about whatever the fuck it was we talked about today? It was a wide range too. So, if you can, try not to circle
you want me to keep it to my thoughts on this, right?
without circling the dick.
All right, without circling the dick. And
You started off strong though, with the large hard-on collider.
Yeah.
Are they trying to amplify the power of hard-ons? What are they doing?
No, Pfizer did.
Yay! The same
Pfizer.
company that makes your dick hard is apparently microchipping you with a vaccine. Okay.
You guys, if you want rock hard dicks, take this vaccine. It's one or the other. Flaccid or hard.
Here comes our first ban. All right,
All right.
go.
I'm sorry. So, honestly, this is what I believe
Gave
in
it to him. He just ran with it.
I don't. You just open the doors, and then I'm just like, just don't do it. Do it. Just do it. I'm sorry. No, I just really think that it's a bunch of devil worshippers, and they're trying to further the plan of the Antichrist and to bring about his return. And they're I know I sound crazy. I know how I
You've
sound.
seen
That's
the
why
opening? Did you see the opening ceremonies?
I honestly have
you
not.
Googled?
I have
Google
not.
CERN
I tried,
opening ceremonies.
I try
this
not to
year's
paint
and last time.
They all do crazy shit that I'm just like, I don't even care anymore. Like,
Remind me to come back to you right at the end here.
Got
What
it.
about you?
Anything coming out of Switzerland, I honestly we should wipe Switzerland off the map. But they're laundering money and they're not helping anyone, dude. If you don't know what the Basel Accords are and the Bank of International Settlements, I don't know why the fuck you're watching this podcast, because that's what we're trying to get. We're trying to make some money by getting rid of those things. They're fucking making you poor and they're making you a slave to their fucking system. You're a slave and you don't even know it. Fuck CERN.
No, that's why you're here.
You want money?
No.
You want money? You got to get rid of the Bank of International Settlements. That's why you don't have money. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you. You don't understand. I mean,
I don't have money because I smoke Newports.
no, you would
So-
be able to afford all the Newports you want if it weren't for if it weren't for Switzerland, dog. If it
That
weren't
is
for
a
fucking
t-shirt
Switzerland.
right there. You could have all the Newports you want if it wasn't for Switzerland, dog. Oh, okay. For once, you're quotable. All right. So, my thought process has been and will always
Fucking
be.
Nazis.
Yeah. Coming from a guy who used to do lots of fucking drugs and sit in his bedroom and just try to contemplate and figure out all of the universe's stuff, who was an avid conspiracy theorist throughout all of his 20s, I don't buy into all the extra stuff. That's just me today. I think that they are trying to do something good and could possibly do something bad. I know that's a very milquetoast in the middle of the road, but I don't fucking care. Now, I wanted to come back to you about something. And this is where I'm kind of, I'm going to be in over my head. But if I recall correctly, doesn't the Quran say something about Jesus coming back and Muhammad's got to fight with him or some shit?
No, Jesus does come back though. Muhammad doesn't have any play in the end of times, but Jesus does. That's why we love Jesus. Muslims love Jesus. Jesus is going to come back. He's going to have an army, and him and another figurehead are going to go and get rid of evildoers.
Yeah, like basically he's going to come up. He's going to fucking show up like John Wick, right?
He's going to show up in Syria. He's going to pop up in Syria, and he's going to have his army, and they're going to do battle. Dynasty style.
See, I can get behind that shit.
Hey, sir, do you guys remember leading up to the 2016 election, the Russians bombing the shit out of Syria?
No, not the Russians.
You don't remember that? For like months. For like 3 months straight leading up to...
Russians didn't bomb Syria.
They never bombed Syria.
What? See, no one remembers this. Aleppo? You don't remember Aleppo?
All of my information comes from the Middle East.
You don't remember Pray for Aleppo? You don't remember on Twitter all the fucking UN people and the babies with blood?
I didn't get on Twitter until 2018.
It was on all the news. It was for like 3 months straight. So during Clinton Trump 2016 election, leading up to the election, Putin was bombing the shit out of Aleppo, Syria for like 3 months straight. They were just raining bombs. No one remembers this. For months and months and months.
No, Russia actually has been...
It was a terrible thing, and no one remembers it.
Russia has been the front that's saying, fuck around over here and find out.
No, they bombed the shit out of Aleppo, Syria for months. You can go look it up. I mean, I
have friends from Syria. None of them have told me that.
You can look it up right now.
Actively live there. I know I can look it up, but I talk to the people that live in the country.
You can ask them. Call them right now. Ask them in 2016. They Russia bombed the shit out of Aleppo.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. The Russian military intervention in the Syrian civil war began in September 2015 after an official request by the Syrian government for military aid against rebel groups. The intervention initially involved airstrikes by Russian aircraft deployed to the Kalemen base against targets primarily in northwestern Syria and against Syrian opposition militant groups opposed to the Syrian government, including the Syrian National Coalition and the Islamic State of Iraq and Levant. ISIL.
ISIL, that's what Obama used to call ISIS.
In addition, Russian Special Operations Forces and military advisors are deployed to Syria. Prior to the intervention, Russian deployment in the Syrian civil war had mainly consisted of supplying the Syrian army with arms and equipment. At the end of December 2017, the Russian government announced its troops would be deployed to Syria permanently.
Just Google "pray for Aleppo." Hashtag pray for Aleppo. Hashtag pray for Aleppo was like a thing. And they were showing these pictures of babies, and they were trying to get you to donate with these bloody toddlers and shit. And they were making like fake Twitters and fucking Instagrams and like posting pictures of like, these like kids with blood on them. And then they had the white hats from the UN running around saving people supposedly. I mean, it was a big thing. I mean,
all right, I'm gonna wait for my boy to hit me back up, and then we'll see what's what, because I usually get all my
just Google "pray for Aleppo."
I don't Google anything. I find out from the source.
I didn't come up with anything. So before we devolve into our own civil war here,
it's wild that no one knows about that. I mean, it was a big thing. So yeah, okay.
Okay, so perhaps that's a bit of the Mandela effect at work on everyone in this room right now.
That is
no. You guys were still sleeping. You're getting red pilled now.
A lot of the things that I used to hear from everywhere when I was living over there never happened, or a lot of the things that they claim were not happening over there did happen, and this is just from my experience.
Well, it is happy fun poop time. I got to take a dump. For Yusef, Christopher, and the amazing Helix, I am Pete. Enjoy your Monday, and
fuck you, sir.
I can't wait to get my heart on.
Thank you, sir.
No, I'm busy tonight, actually.